Welcome back to Pokaching. In today's video, we're going to be talking about whether or not we are going to be saved by the Pokemon reprints. Will Pokemon save us all? Will we be able to once again go to the store, find some product, just enjoy it casually, just buy some things at a reasonable price, go online, buy whatever you want to buy, go to your local game store, just buy some packs, have some fun and not be stressed out that you're not going to get any more if you don't buy it all now. Are we going to get it back to that? Are we going to get back to just normality with the Pokemon TCG hobby? Will the reprints save us all? That's the big question that most people have on their minds right now. I think there's been so much discussion on this that I kind of had to talk about it and kind of have a discussion with you guys about it. So this is going to be more of a discussion video. I don't really have a script. I don't really have anything planned out on what I'm going to talk about. I have a lot of information, a lot of things I've been thinking about, and I just kind of wanted to talk about it with you guys. So I do have some pointers on my phone just to make sure that I go through all the points and I don't miss anything out. So bear with me, hopefully everything makes sense, and hopefully you will get some answers, even if, we can't guarantee anything. Everything is kind of speculation at this point, but I will give some points that might kind of reassure you in, holding off and maybe not buying right away at all these insane prices. So first of all, I think it makes sense to talk about why there's so much demand right now and what is creating this demand, right? So, there's Pokemon TCG Pocket that came out. We have to admit we're getting some really awesome sets in the Pokemon TCG as well. That counts for something. And with all this, there's a lot of hype, a lot of people that are interested in the hobby, a lot of people that want to buy the cards. We have rip and shippers, scalpers, collectors, investors, players, all sorts of people that are interested in Pokemon TCG, and we have too many people interested versus too little supply. So obviously supply and demand. If you have a little supply, a lot of demand, prices go up, and that's the situation we're in now. So just to make it clear, lots of people want the stuff, there's not enough available, therefore prices are going up. Now I know that what I just said is really obvious, but I just prefer to just explain it for anyone that hasn't been around in the hobby or just kind of came back in recently. I just wanted to make it clear that that's what the situation now is. We have some awesome sets. If you haven't seen them, go to the collector app, go check out all the recent sets and you'll understand what I'm talking about. We have some really good shit coming out at the moment, and people are going crazy over it. So how did we get into this situation where the prices are so high? So it all started with Surging Sparks, right? I was actually able to pre-order it very easily, honestly. I didn't have any struggle pre-ordering it. I managed to pre-order a case really easily. I paid just maybe like $680 for the case. So I think it was like $115 per booster box, which is very reasonable. No trouble doing it. I bought it. The seller had a bunch left for a month or two after that, or not maybe a month or two, but at least a month after that. They still had product available, and it was not difficult to get. Really, it wasn't. But what happened with Surging Sparks is that a lot of people kind of got drawn in because Pokemon TCG Pocket released. People got interested in the TCG again. They kind of came back to it. It's kind of like the same thing with Pokemon Go. People got right back into the Pokemon thing, and brought a lot of people back to the hobby, whether it be Pokemon cards or something else to do with Pokemon. This time it's very TCG oriented because of TCG Pocket, and a combination of TCG Pocket releasing, bringing a lot of people back in, Surging Sparks being a very awesome set, and all the sets that were set to come out after that being very awesome too. We were I think already aware that there was going to be a Team Rocket set. We knew that the next set was going to be an Evolution set. People were doing the whole thinking about Evolving Skies and comparing it to Prismatic Evolutions, saying, oh shit, this is going to be a set that we need to buy, there's going to be a lot of money to be made. When there's hype, when a lot of people are interested, and everyone starts buying everything up, obviously the prices go up. You have scalpers that try to grab as much product as possible so that they can resell it for more really quickly on the secondary market, and that's how we get to the stage we're in right now. Low supply, a sudden surge of demand, and Pokemon were clearly not ready for that. Now the Pokemon Company has issued statements several times saying that they are putting their printers on max capacity to print all the recent sets and all future sets in much larger quantities so that they're available for everyone to enjoy. The question is, will they print enough? Good question. I guess we'll have to wait and see. They have done so in the past, where they've absolutely flooded the market with, you know, talking about like Crown Zenith, where they printed a ton of product and it was available for a long period of time. Pretty sure there was a set called Clayburst that came out in Japanese, which was short printed. The prices went way up, and then they printed a ton. The prices went way back down. Roaring Skies, Vivid Voltage. I think these are all sets. Why did that cut off? Sorry there, I don't know why the camera cut off there, but yeah, I was talking about the fact that there have been many sets in the past that have been extremely hyped, extremely expensive, and that have really drastically dropped in price. So try to be reassured that there is a good chance that prices will fall eventually for all these products, for the sets that you've missed out on, that with the reprints and the sets coming out. You have to keep in mind, guys, Surging Sparks came out in November. We still have a lot of time for reprints. Same goes for Prismatic Evolutions, which came out in January. Journey Together just came out. We're going to be getting reprints of that, and the prices of Journey Together have already started to go down. You know, Destined Rivals isn't even out yet. We don't know how much is going to be printed. Apparently, it's similar numbers to Journey Together, but, you know, I've heard that from several sources. But I guess we will see. But you have to keep in mind, guys, that there's a large reprint window, and Pokemon have said that they want to reprint a lot. So you never know. Maybe these prices are going to crash at some point, and there's going to be so much product available that all these high prices don't hold, because people are going to have to rapid sell everything. You know, all the scalpers that bought Destined Rivals for 360 or, I don't know, 300 or 250, whatever it may be. You know, when they see things like what we've seen recently, where people have seen the cards from Glory of Team Rocket and they were disappointed in the set because there's no Jesse and James, there's no Dark Pokemon, we don't have Dark Charizard, Dark Blastoise, Dark Raichu, Dark Dragonite, whatever it may be. People are disappointed with some of the Pokemon that have been chosen, that there's no Jesse and James, and so there's very mixed feelings on this set, you know, and that creates instability. I personally love the set. I love that they're moving forward. I love the kind of going back to Heart Gold, Soul Silver, which is still, you know, a while back. I do like that. I think it's awesome. But a lot of people are disappointed with it. So, you know, there are situations where people are going to be buying things extremely expensive because they're so confident. And then all of a sudden, the cards get revealed and they're like, oh wait, shit, people don't actually like it as much as I thought they would. Are people going to be paying $250, $300 for a booster box? Because I just bought a shit ton. I just bought like a fuckload of it. And now I'm stuck with it. And I'm going to have to sell it because I actually need the money. I can't keep that for 3, 4, or 5 years, you know? Think about people that want to make a quick flip, want to make money, but aren't prepared to hold the money or have their money tied up for 3 or 4 or 5 years. It's so volatile, so unstable at the moment that if you're not prepared to buy something and hold it for the long term, it's a very, very risky game. And I think a lot of people have played this game, and I think a lot of people will eventually get burned on this. I'm not saying I want people to lose money. I'm not saying I want people to be in a shit financial situation because of it. But, you know, I think people need to learn a lesson as well, that when you play this game, you decide to take the risk. It's all your own doing, you know. And once again, we will see what happens. Maybe they're right. Maybe they are going to make a ton of money. They have been so far, but maybe things are going to stop suddenly. You know, Destined Rivals, I have this kind of gut feeling that it's kind of like the beginning of the end. You know, we've been talking about the Glory of Team Rocket. We've been talking about Destined Rivals for so many months now. You know, there's a Team Rocket set that's going to be coming out. People have been talking about it for months and months and months. And now we're finally here, and you're seeing mixed feelings on the set. And so this massive amount of hype that everyone's created is kind of like, it's almost like a firework that just doesn't pop when it hits the highest point. It just shoots up and people are like, oh, and then it just doesn't pop. And people are like, fuck, well, that was disappointing. That's kind of what it makes me feel like. I mean, I love the set. Once again, I fucking love the set. I think it looks amazing. But some people don't like it. Some people just don't like it. And fair enough, everyone's allowed to have their own opinion on it, and that's fine. But I think that creates instability. And I think really that Destined Rivals is going to be the beginning of the end, because there was so much expectation for that set. And all of a sudden, people are disappointed. And people have paid a lot of money to pre-order. If you look at Pokemon Century TBs, the prices of those, you look at booster boxes and so on. Guys, people are going to be disappointed. People are going to get hurt. This set will be printed in the future. We have years of reprints to go. So try not to be too worried. Try to just be patient as well. I'm not saying that things are going to change like that, you know, tomorrow. Prices are going to start crashing all of a sudden, but I think it's going to gradually start going down. You know, we have summer coming up as well. People want to leave. They want to go on vacation. They want to have fun with their friends. And if all their money is tied up in Pokemon, then they're going to have to sell some shit to actually go and enjoy their lives, right? So maybe that's going to be a factor. Generally speaking, summertime is a lot calmer for purchasing and all that for Pokemon. So we'll see. Maybe things are going to start cooling off over summer with the black and white set. We'll see what the black and white set looks like. And there's also the fact that we're going to be getting a lot of reprints from Surging Sparks, from Prismatic Evolutions, Journey Together, and Destined Rivals, all kind of at the same time. And all of a sudden, we're going to have a lot of different choices, you know? There are so many people that have missed out on everything. They've missed out on Surging, on Prismatic, and on Journey Together. Destined Rivals isn't out yet, but some people are going to miss out on that as well. And all of a sudden, if they reprint in large enough quantities, we're going to have all this product, all this choice kind of just sitting there, and people won't know what to get. Because you have to keep in mind that the average Joe doesn't have thousands of dollars to spend on Pokemon cards, right? They're going to have to make a choice. And I think that these sets will eventually sell, of course. But at what price? How far are they going to fall in terms of price? I don't know. If you look at singles, prices are kind of gradually tapering down. If you look at Journey Together, you know, that set is a perfect example of where people went way too far into their hype, bought these boxes, bought the cards maybe in advance for absurd prices, and now all of a sudden the prices are kind of like, you know, dropping. They're dropping, they've gone down. So yeah, I mean, if I take a look at the Clefairy from Journey Together, let's just take a look. Let's take a quick look, see the prices. I know it was going for an absurd amount of money. It's a Lily's Clefairy, guys. I'm not saying it's not a nice card, it's a beautiful card. I actually pulled one myself, I think it looks amazing. If you want to check that video out, by the way, you can go check it out. It's the best booster box, or the best Journey Together booster box. I can't remember how I titled it, but you can go see that. Yeah, we'll take a look at the price. Very, very nice card, very nice artwork, but really, it's not. It shouldn't be worth as much as it was. So right now, it's like $200. Do you know how much people initially priced this card for? $575 for a fucking Clefairy. Seriously? Do you not see something wrong with that? A card being that expensive before it even releases? You can tell something's wrong there. Like, you can tell there's something that's off. When you see these kinds of things, that's just, do not buy it. Just do not buy things at that price. You're gonna get burned. Prices are so volatile right now. Hype is just this kind of stupid emotion-based thing that we have, where we get all excited about something, and we're not grounded, we're not realistic, we're not taking the time to actually think about things, we're just reacting. We're like, oh shit, I need to buy it really quickly. I need to get it before there's none left. I need to buy it now, because if I don't buy it now, how much am I going to be paying later? Maybe the prices are going to go up. Guess what? If the prices go up more than they already are, and they don't come back down, fuck it. I'll miss out. You guys do what you want to do. I'll miss out happily. I'm not paying $300 for a Destined Rivals booster box. It just hasn't been released yet. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. You guys do what you want to do. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. I will pay at the most, 180, maybe 185, right? And even then, I'm being dumb, right? I'm doing it because I love the set. I want to open it up on the channel. And I'm a sucker for Pokemon cards. I fucking love Pokemon cards, right? But there's a limit to how much I am willing to spend. And I think you guys should all be doing the same thing as well. You should be smart with it. You should put limits on how much you're willing to spend, because if you're doing this for investments, you might get burned if you're doing it for a quick flip. If you're looking to hold it like for a long time, sure, you'll probably make money. But when you're buying at 300, you're going to have to wait a very long time for prices to go, you know, much higher than that to actually make decent gains on your investments. And therefore, if you're just doing it for investments, go buy something else. There are other things that are much more, that probably will be more profitable in terms of percentage gains. So, you know, you can put your money to better use elsewhere. And yeah, I just don't buy it at that price. Just don't do it. There's another thing I wanted to talk about, and that is the Nintendo Switch 2 that's coming out. I think it's coming out this summer, or early summer. I think maybe June. If I'm not mistaken, it might be June. Maybe scalpers will turn to that. Maybe they'll turn to other things. You know, whenever there's money to be made, whenever there's hype, it seems that scalpers kind of migrate to whatever's going crazy at that given time. And so maybe there's going to be some attention given to the Switch 2. I don't know. I'm just speculating right now. It could be that nobody does that, but I'm sure there will be some. So yeah, maybe people are going to go to the Switch 2. People are going to be going on vacations during summer. People are kind of disappointed with the Destined Rivals set. I've seen kind of like a 50-50 kind of divide on whether this set is considered cool or considered a piece of shit. And a lot of people don't like it. I fucking love it, once again. But, you know, there are a lot of people disappointed, and you can't discount what their opinion is. And that just, you know, that combined with all sorts of different things can create a lot of instability is the word I was looking for. I was going to say disability, but that's completely not the right word. Instability in the market, and guys, everything will eventually go back to a somewhat normal stage. I don't know how far back it's gonna come. You know, are we going to be paying 110, 115 per box again? Or are we going to be paying less than that? Are we going to be paying more? I have no idea. All I know is that the current prices are definitely not prices that you should be paying for this stuff. If you disagree with it, stay true to your opinion. Don't buy it. If you disagree with it and you buy it anyway, then sorry, but just shut up. Don't complain. Because if you're buying it, then you're part of the problem, sadly. So, and I'm not judging you. If you buy it for 300 and you want it for 300, fuck, go for it. That's fine. As long as you don't complain about it, that's fine. If you don't like it, if you complain about it and you still pay that, sorry, but deal with it. You've decided to contribute to the problem. So yeah, sorry if this was kind of like a ramble on kind of video. I hope it made sense. I hope I made some valid points. Yeah. You know, Distribution have their prices that they're basing off of market value after, you know, the first wave of product, which they're selling for reasonable prices. As soon as the second wave or reprint comes, they're starting to put their prices up nearer to market price. Stores are having to buy it, sell it for more. Rip and shippers who have distribution access are probably having to buy it for more as well, sell it for more. You know, there's so many different things that are contributing to the current problem of prices being high. You know, scalpers pre-ordering everything and selling it for more. People FOMOing and buying things and actually accepting these prices. Therefore, they're stabilizing and actually staying at these prices. But guys, don't forget, Pokemon are working on this. Like I said, they have issued statements, like I showed you previously in the video. They are reprinting this stuff. They are doing it at max capacity, like they said. It's in their best interest to get things under control, because if all the players leave, if all the true collectors leave, all they're going to be left with is a bunch of investors that are there to make money and not actually enjoy the stuff. I am / half investor, half collector. I'm more of a collector than an investor, honestly. I'm just investing to try and create a future for myself. But then again, if you look at what I have behind me, I don't really have that much, to be honest. But yeah, all that's going to be left in the hobby are a bunch of guys and girls holding the product and selling it to one another, because all the collectors, all the players are going to be gone if Pokemon don't get it under control. And I'm sure they will. They will. I'm pretty confident that they will. They are a multi-billion-dollar company, #1 IP in the world, guys. Do not underestimate what they can do. I guess time will tell. I could be wrong. Time will tell. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Once again, I hope this video made sense. I know I kind of rambled on. It was all just kind of one big discussion, me just throwing my thoughts out there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm going to try to get some Destined Rivals at a decent price. We'll see if I can. We'll see. And just an update from my previous video. I did talk about, if you did watch it, at the end of my opening I mentioned that I had a bit of an issue with my British driver's license because I live in France. And since Brexit, I have to change my driver's license to a French driver's license. Only problem is my driver's license expires on the 28th of May. And, you know, I was worried because that's very soon. And even though I, you know, I started the whole process like 7 months ago, pretty much. You know, it's taking a very long time, and I'm hoping I will get it in time. But I went to the police station to ask them if there was any sort of document that I could have, just to say, you know, that I'm allowed to drive while the process is ongoing, because, you know, I can't do much. If they don't give me my driver's license in the time that they said it would take, then I'm screwed, right? I live 35 minutes away from work. How do I go to work? How do I earn money? How do I pay for my house? Do I become homeless, or, you know, all that kind of shit. But yeah, I went to the police station and they said that I could still drive. They said, just keep driving. No one's going to bother you here in France with that kind of shit. Your driver's license, the actual physical driver's license, isn't what gives you the right to drive. The fact that you passed your driving test gives you the right to drive. And as long as my driver's license hasn't been taken away from me because I've done something wrong or broken any laws, then I'm still allowed to drive. That's how it works in France anyway. So I should be good. I should be able to drive around. He told me, you know, just keep driving. Don't worry about it. If anyone bothers you, say that you came to see us at this police station. We told you you could keep going, keep driving. So hopefully that means that I will be able to buy some Destined Rivals and not have to worry too much about this whole situation. You know, trying to keep money to pay for hotels because I have to stay near work, because I can't drive anymore or anything like that. They said I could keep driving, so I'm going to keep driving. You know, we'll see what happens. So hopefully that won't be an issue, and I will be able to open some Destined Rivals on the channel. We will see. I really hope I can, because that set looks amazing. And yeah, so that's it, guys, for the video. Hopefully everything made sense. I hope you, you know, everything I said kind of made you think about things, and kind of encouraged you to just not participate in all the craze right now and buying things for absurd prices. Just be patient, guys. I know it's hard. I know when a new set comes out, it's very difficult. I'll be honest, if I miss out on Destined Rivals, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be disappointed, because I want to open it, right? I want to enjoy the cards. But if I have to wait, I have to wait. That's just the way it is right now. And you just have to accept it. It's just the way it is. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely let me know what you think about all this in the comment section down below. Do you think prices will keep going the way they are? Do you think they will crash? Do you think Pokemon will save us all with all their reprints? Yeah, let us know in the comments down below. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. Peace!